Hello, this is another episode of India's In, and it's Me Monday, where I focus on me. I guess the Zoom function isn't that bad. I don't think it's all that great, but it's not that bad. But I like it like this. I want to focus on a song that I did for India's In this week. So we are featuring Arty Aster. Me. So why do I want to feature me? Because I feel like I've just done about a month's worth of music focusing on other people. And I want to get this out there because yes, this is a song that I am very proud of, but it's also a song that I've gotten some of the most criticism about. And I went ahead, and I think one of the reasons why I got a lot of criticism is because I entered it into competitions, I guess, or like something that I'm doing right here. Like I'm just a guy in his house making videos saying, "Send me your links and I'll listen to it." And I got there's something about the music world that I think everyone who's on Threads is really, and I've known this for a few years now, but I think some people on Threads are just discovering it. Everyone's a guru. Everyone is a guru, and I don't want to sound violent, so I'll measure my words carefully how I say this. I want to grab them by the throat, punch them in the face, and then throw them off the roof of my house onto a picket fence. The gurus drive me absolutely bonkers. And especially the 21-year-old, 22-year-old who doesn't really even have any musical ability or talent. And I'm just going to come out and say it as it is. But they go to some community college and they get a certificate in like music production or music engineering. Then they come out and they give everyone advice on what needs to be done to a song to make it marketable, to make it radio worthy, and to make it better. And it's like, how the heck do you even know? You have nothing to show. You've never produced a song that made it to the radio. And it's the same thing on Threads. And I don't care if people comment negatively on this video, but you on Threads, okay, with 250 followers, with a blue check mark that you're paying for, what is that, $50 a month so you can appear important? So you on Threads with the blue check mark and 250 followers, and when I go to your profile and click replies, all you do is tell people what they need to do in order to be marketable and be better. I'm talking to you. You who every single post is what musicians need to do in order to get their music heard, but yet no one likes your posts and no one's even replying. So like you're screaming into the void. You need to shut up. You need to shut up. You need to shut up and actually get into what music is as an art and as a form of expression and as an expressive art. Then if you want to give people advice, because then after you've understood what music is and then you've actually had some type of success or some type of momentum working with music, either independently or professionally, then maybe I'll even take your advice. But I've heard advice from famous people. I watch interviews on a daily basis. I'm watching interviews, okay? And I've seen some of the best musicians out there, some of the best guitarists out there give some absolutely horrible advice. So even when you are qualified and even when you've had tremendous success, advice isn't always good. I heard a guitar player, oh my God, John Mayer. Don't know what the heck he was talking about. He said, when you start off with a guitar solo, start off low and the low notes. And then by the end of the guitar solo, you should be playing high notes. And I'm like, no. So you start off low and end high? Who the heck made up that rule? So you just slowly like building your way up the scale? Every Pink Floyd solo, like I literally went online afterwards and started going through solos, and it's like, no one follows this pattern. What are you even talking about? Don't know if he was thinking of something else, but the words I understood were start off low and then work your way up and then finish the solo high. And I'm like, no, it's not a thing. So even when someone is established, advice only goes so far because every single person is different and we all have different goals. Now, this song here, I worked with Halle I think this was the second or third song I did with her. I think this is the second song I did with her. It's a song called Lost Refrain. I found her from season 11 of The Voice. I was watching The Voice. She was on Alicia Keys' team. And I thought she was going to win the whole season because the uniqueness of her voice is off the charts. And she's got great control over it. And it's such a beautiful quality in her voice. But I don't know what the judges were looking for. You know, I feel like the winner of those shows is almost cursed because it's like, okay, you won, now what? You know? Whereas getting on the show and getting that exposure, I think did Halle a lot of good. And I still have hopes that she's really, really going to be able to get in and make a living as a vocalist and as a songwriter and everything. But enough about that. Let's get right into the song. So I'm going to put it on. Okay.
Never had to be a goodbye the way it was, but we didn't see just how high I was.
All right, I'm going to stop the song right there and go over a few of the things that the song got highly criticized for by people who I don't respect and by people who, when I go and listen to their music, I'm like, what the hell are you even talking about? So the first thing was the hi-hat. And I purposely, when the song starts, it's like a triplet with the hi-hat, right? You hear that? Now, I purposely left the volume or the levels of the hi-hat probably about 2.5 decibels higher than the rest of the song because as the song progresses, the hi-hat slowly begins to fall back into the mix and even get drowned out a little bit. And there are some slight changes in the hi-hat, and I actually did go in and change the velocity in some of the hits throughout the song so it doesn't give a complete and total static sound throughout the whole entire song. But there's a reason why it's about 2 decibels, 2.5 decibels higher than what you would usually hear in a song like this. Something else that was criticized, I sent this song to an internet show where they play the song and they have a live audience. And as soon as the song came on, someone whose music I heard and who I consider to be absolutely horrible. Like I listened to them. As soon as someone criticizes my music and they're a musician, I go and listen to their music. I want to know what the source is. So this song came on and the person was like, oh my God, those hi-hats are way too loud. It's just way too prominent. This, that, and the other thing. The song's good, but that just ruined it for me. La-da-da-da-da. And then that affected the hosts of the show. And the hosts were like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that hi-hat's out of control. And it's like, what? Is it something that you learned in school and now that you got your degree, you can just... Seriously, and I do get angry when criticism seems to be for the sake of criticism. It drives me nuts. So there was that, and people were trashing it on that show. And I'm like, okay, take it with a grain of salt. This part, this interlude, listen to this. Trill right there. All right. It's a freaking synthesizer. It's a synthesizer. Okay? And it has like a little bit of, I don't know, like modulation, but like it's high modulation, so it's kind of like this, you know. It's not. It doesn't even sound like a guitar. So when I was in a Facebook group for songwriters, they were asking people to put the song in, and they said, oh, if you write a song, paste the link to this Facebook group, and we'll listen to it. And I think 2 people got stuck on that, and they said, if you don't know how to play guitar, don't play synthesizer to make it sound like the guitar. That sounds really fake. And I'm like, are you guys stupid? It's not supposed to sound like a guitar. I play guitar in the song. It's not supposed to sound like a guitar. So listen to it. Tell me if this. I'm not trying to imitate a guitar. It's some weird keyboard with high modulation. Ready? I like it. But people were just like trashing it. Like, what the heck? Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. And then, of course, I went and listened to their music. And there were a million things I could have said that were very mean about their music. But I decided not to. So let me go back to that part that everyone thinks is fake guitar, and then we'll let the song continue. She's got a beautiful voice, huh? And an organ comes in the right ear, and then Halle, on her own, decided to go with it. Now, and you hear the sounds, right? You hear the going through. All that is just me really trying to pay attention to detail, add some small stuff. This is the last negative thing I'm going to mention about some idiot who criticized the song. I don't understand why people criticize music so much and they don't look at the full package. So you notice how we're a minute in and there's no bass? There's no bass guitar until now.
Never should have cried.
And I had someone text me and say, you forgot to put the bass in the first minute of the song. It's just, you got to go back and fix that. And I'm like, I didn't forget to put bass in. Bass is like any other instrument. You can put it in and take it out when you want. Why does it have to just be in the song the whole entire time? I purposely didn't put bass in the first minute of the song, so when it comes in, it stands out as different. Like, there's the bass. I knew something was supposed to be there and it was missing, but there it is. It was literally supposed to be a surprise, not be like, you got to put bass in the song. But anyways, let's go back.
Never should have cried.
And then I added that.
In my dreams.
A little bit of a change with the hi-hat and the cymbals.
That was
Again.
to all your schemes. But
Now we have a chorus, I guess.
who can only sing of pain. But I sit in the seat in my frozen
Playing slide guitar.
world with the somber ring of lost refrain.
And then you'll hear some changing of the cymbals and stuff. Now you notice I'm running the percussion through a phaser and just controlling how much effect I put in. Now there's guitar strumming. And if you notice, the hi-hat isn't as prominent anymore. Never changed level. I just added more to the song.
As I try to run to win, it's wrong.
now you hear like another cymbal, maybe like another hi-hat in the background.
I hope that you perceive this is not what it seems.
Now here's something interesting. So far there has been no piano in the whole entire song. But listen, now all of a sudden there's piano. It's like, was that there the whole song? No. I just decided to add it. Now this is the bridge. Just before the guitar solo, which is right here. See, I know how to play guitar. That thing I did in the beginning was not me trying to pretend I played guitar. It was supposed to sound like a synthesizer. And then right here, oh, not yet, sorry. Now, the rest of the song goes to the left ear, and the guitar comping is in the right ear, right? The vocals go to the left ear, and then the guitar comping go to the right ear. So what did I do with this song? What type of structure did I use? Well, I started off with an introduction in that little guitar hook, you know, that little guitar line. Right there. Which you only hear, I think, twice in the song. But it's still a hook. And then she sang verses, and then I did that synthesizer sound that everyone thought was me trying to pretend I play guitar. And then I went back to the verses. So I like verses more than I like choruses, unless I really write a chorus that stands out that's really nice. So I like to perpetuate the verse. So I do a verse, lick, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. You know, so you still get the three choruses, you still get the bridge, and the two sets of verses, but there's really three sets of verses because it's verse, interlude, verse, chorus. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, you know? And it's all, I mean, Foreigner does that all the time. So you hear the music. Beautiful music.
I've gotta take a little time to think things over.
Beautiful, right? Just absolutely beautiful. Lou Graham, man.
Gotta read between the lines.
But the verses are so beautiful in this song that they want to perpetuate them.
When I'm older.
So now you should have a chorus, but instead they're like, let's just do something. So they do this. And then they continue with the verses, and now there's a little bit more synthesizer in there. You hear that? And now there's more effects and everything else. But why did they do this? I can promise you right now, I can tell you why they did it. Because the verses are what make the song, not the chorus. And it's a super famous chorus. I want to know what love is. I mean, that chorus is one of the most famous choruses in 70s rock. However, the verses are just breathtakingly beautiful and captivating. And I believe, as they were arranging the song, they decided to perpetuate the verses. So they sing the verses, and then they do that musical interlude where he screams, and then they go right back to the verses. But they add a little bit more to it, you know? But that way you're getting more out of the verses. You're able to get those verses in more because that's kind of what's pulling in the audience. And then finally, when the chorus comes, it's a lot more climactic, you know? And yeah, I kind of utilized that songwriting method in about 80% of my songs. I perpetuate the verse. I like to sing a line, do a riff, and then go back to the verses, and then go to the chorus. So I'm getting more life out of the verses. And I do that when I feel as though the verses are really good. But anyways, yeah, that was my song, Lost Refrain. I really enjoyed working with Halle. I hope to work with her again sometime. I know she's been really busy with a lot of her stuff. In fact, I'll put a link to her YouTube channel down below, just so that you all can have it. And lately she's been pretty busy on, I think it's Instagram. She's on Threads too, but I think she's been pretty busy on Instagram, working on different projects. She's a multi-instrumentalist, so she plays the bass, the keys, the guitar, and of course you heard her singing voice. It's out of this world. But anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to be selfish and to do an episode about me. Once again, this is Arty Aster from the show India's In. Thank you for watching.